Hey there, your chief visionary here, Natasha Davis with Impact Branding with your 5 Simple Steps series topic breakdown, and we are on step 4. We're focusing on the basic business pricing in this particular series, and step 4 is talking about budget first, then you expense. If you haven't watched the initial one, so you know all 5 of them, and you haven't watched steps 1, 2, and 3, go over there, watch that, and come on back so you can be caught up. So let's talk about it. So budgeting first, then you expense. What am I talking about? So the main thing that you want to do is you want to actually outline what am I planning to pay for before you actually pay for it. The thing that I have found over the past 18 years in doing consulting work and working with companies of all sizes, is there seems to be a disconnect in understanding how to use a budget to guide the business. You don't use a budget to restrict anything, not even personally or professionally. You use a budget to guide and to instruct you, right? To keep you on track. And so when you think about a budget, there's 2 types of budgets you want to run your business off of. And it doesn't matter what size company you are. You want to build a fixed annual budget, which means here's what our fixed budget is. Here's what we're planning for the year. Here's what we are estimating. You don't really know the hiccups that's going to happen. You have a little a line item for, waste, miscellaneous. I know accountants don't like that, but you can label it whatever your accountant wants to call it. But, waste, unexpected type things that will occur. Of course, you have a profit account where you've been funding the profit account to cushion the blow for something that goes crazy in equipment or something like that, right? So you have an annual budget, and that's usually a fixed budget. It helps you to understand, here's how much I need to generate in order to meet the goals or the projected financial goals for the business. And then you have what's called a monthly rolling budget. That is the most important, one of the most important budgets. That budget, that monthly rolling budget, is going to help you every single month, and it opens your eyes. You can now run your business with eyes wide open, and that is amazing. It gives you absolute control and confidence as well to run your company. So when we think about budgets, you use your annual budget, your annual operating budget, to help you understand, this is how much I need to make this year. So for example, your annual budget needs to be developed to cover you for at least 2 to 3 years. Now, this is the tricky one here. If you're planning to move to a new location, if you're planning over the next 2 years to hire 2 or 3 people, you really do need to begin to prepare financially for it. Why? Because now you're going to build billable pricing that you're going to quote to clients that cushions the blow and covers you for growth for the next 2 or 3 years, inflation. The one thing that anybody is going to dislike is every year you're having a price increase, a rate increase. They're not going to like that, especially in certain industries. Like I'm in the consulting industry. Every business has inflation. There's always inflation. In this particular time, at the time that I am recording this, it's 2020, and we are all faced with the COVID-19 pandemic. And we're probably going to be dealing with this for years to come. Any business that has not understood or prepared for or is experiencing inflation costs because of COVID-19, and they didn't prepare for it, that's really irresponsible business. And you can't penalize your clients because you didn't build the business properly. You didn't plan properly, right? Ouch. I know, I'm harsh, but it's the truth. So you want to begin to prepare your pricing and your budgets to cover you for 2 to 3 years. It makes no sense that you have to keep increasing your rates every year or every 6 months on a client. It doesn't really make sense if you've built your business correctly, right? So anyway, here we are. It's the year 2020. You're going to prepare your budget for 2021. You also need to take into account the inflation that's happening, but also take into account what you will be doing with your business in 22 and 23. Build the pricing around that. Have an operating budget so you know, here's the type of revenue that I will need to generate because these are the expenses that I'll have. right? Now, your monthly rolling budget is going to be a little bit more, every single month you're going to adjust. So what you're going to do is, here are the expenses that came in. Here's the revenue that came in this month. Here are the expenses for this month. Here is what I can manage, or here's what we can do. And then after we calculate it and we balance out the budget, then you go ahead and start clicking the pay button. Pay, right? We got to pay all these people. If you have things on auto pay, I want you to be mindful of the day of the month that those things hit, because you need to now match it and marry it with the revenue cycle of your business. Some companies have heavy revenue the top of the month, the front of the month. Some have it in the middle of the month. Some have it at the end of the month. You really do need to know your business and know when is the heaviest aspect revenue-wise for your business, because then you need to look to see when do you tend to kick out the most amount of money. It's not equal, right? Some parts of the month vary. You're going to use budgets as indicators. You have lagging indicators, you have leading indicators. You should really be running your business month to month on leading indicators. You're just looking back using lagging indicators to see what did we do. You cannot course correct effectively using a lagging indicator. What is a lagging indicator? For example, that would be your profit and loss. Your profit and loss is showing you what's already happened. I've already spent it. So you can't course correct because it's already happened. Now you've already taken the blow. You're like, whoa, that's called being reactive, not being proactive. So you want to be careful that you're not running a financial business using reactive thought processes, okay? So budget first, then you expense. What is a leading indicator? Your budget. A leading indicator is a budget that you have developed ahead of time, and you use that to guide how you're going to expense funds. It helps you to be in control. It also helps you to remain profitable, and you can see an issue and course correct before the issue hurts the business financially. Yes? All right, so budget first, then expense. It's your Chief Visionary here with your basic business pricing 5 Simple Steps series topic breakdown. This was step 4. I'll see you next week. We're going to break down step 5. Yes, we are. All right, tell somebody, run and tell somebody to come check out the Chief Visionary on Impact Branding videos here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, I'd be so honored if you would please subscribe, and please let others know that I'm sharing all these golden nuggets. Absolutely. All right, I'll see you next week. Be well.